Hello, welcome back to Rule the Rail and an update on my layout I call Across the U.S.A. It's going up to the final tests, of course. I hope I can do tests 5 and 6 today. 5 is a passenger train, 2 passenger trains and 1 freight train, and the last test is all 4 trains. There is some things that you should know before you do this. There are 2 passenger trains going east and west. That's fine. And then I have, it's these guys, you can see them. So nice looking, so nice looking. Then I have a lemon train going westbound. But the SD40s are so quick. I don't know what rule the rail has trimmed them with. They are more powerful and more whatever. So I had to go down to 1 engine and 1 extra. And I haven't tested this 1 extra carriage cargo hold. And then I have 2 SD38s and 6 small wagons afterwards, and they are going eastbound. Now there is a rule I need to imply on this one, and that's really what I am trying to test. There are so many risks of colliding that I should really try and get those first, and in order to make them collide I need to do some very bad stuff. I don't want to. And there's another thing. 4 trains. I can't be in 4 places at the same time on this layout. That's not really possible. So, the way I have figured it out, and I know it's going to work, if I drive the passenger trains away first and make them go, well, at least 1 state ahead. That is, one is leaving California and the other one is leaving New Jersey. Then I could easily start 1 or even both of them, the freight trains. Hopefully they will not catch up. Well, the SD38s will not, because they are the slowest one on the layout. But I need to check that one. And then we go to which one should I check at all? I have, yes, there is one rule I've also applied, and that is the eastbound freight train has priority over the eastbound passenger train. And the westbound passenger train has priority over, well, in this case, the lemon train. I've done it like that, so the lemon train needs to stop and make sure that the passenger train has free passage first. And on the other hand, the passenger train going eastbound has to let the freight train go first. So there are stops and stuff. Now that doesn't stop them, that doesn't hinder them from colliding, so it's not like it's the best thing. The first test I'm going to do is to let go of all the trains, and I'm not going to follow them because I have tested each track and everything is working. The stops are working, the switches are working, and everything is working, including the speeds, which is good. But it takes so long time for a freight train to go down the spirals and all that, so we can't do a whole video about that. We have to check that later on when we are more or less finished with this layout. Then we can just follow a train, just for fun. So I'm going to start the passenger trains, and then I'm going to start the eastbound freight train. And when all 3 trains are back in their positions, as you probably understand, this train is going to stop here again because it is a loop. So it goes straight from New Jersey to California directly, and the other one goes straight from California to New Jersey. Vroom. Quick trains, right? But the other way around, it takes too long. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do to start with, and I don't remember which is which. It's as usual. Let's see, we can start San Francisco. It should be SF1. No, wrong way. And then it's New York. No, wrong way. And they are up and about. Now I have no idea when they are leaving. Look at this. They are going straight through that carriage because they are not on the same track. These two tracks may be on the same level, but they are not on the same track, so to speak. If they, however, had used a switch or anything, yeah, they would. But this means that they can be totally apart from each other, and it's fine. That's good. That's a good thing to know. Now you can't see both trains, but they are down here, as you can see. First train, second train, and they are leaving. Yeah, I'm going slow through New Jersey. So yeah. Right, that should take care of those. That means that we can put the other back on 0. So when they come back, they will automatically stop. Now, I could actually release this freight train now, because it needs those 3 switches, and it has passed. So let's start the freight train, and it's now, let's see which one it was. Is it east? Coming from east? No, that's the wrong one. No, that's the wrong one. It's the west, coming from west. Okay. There it goes. And it changes everything, and it has to change these powers as well and all that. This is a very complicated thing. So here everything can go totally wrong if a passenger train comes in at the same time. But as long as it isn't in that vicinity of the switches, it is fine, because the power doesn't go on from here, and if he comes now, the power is on the wrong direction, so he can't continue anyway. Hopefully that will suffice. Right, I'll pause the video, and we'll be back when the trains are back. Okay, here it comes, almost 8 or 9 minutes longer it took for him to reach this place. Those guys has been here for ages, so no big deal. Now, I haven't put this one on 0. I should put that one on 0. So, but it worked. That, on the other hand, means that since that freight train takes almost 80%, no, almost 60% longer time than the passenger train, the passenger train will catch up with this freight train sooner or later. I could have somehow fixed it so these goes as the same speed as everything else, but that's not really how I wanted it. And besides, I also know that the first guy who is going to test this layout, RTR fan 739, he will remove all the trains and just put on some 3 or 4 TGVs. If you do, RTR fan, which I guess you will, please I will remind you about the ID. You have to have an ID1 or an ID2. These are the only one that switches the switches and sets the points and all that. You have to have those two, either 1 or 2. If you put 2, then you're going into every single loop. You are doing the freight train run. And if you put a 1, ID1, then you're doing the passenger loops, which is more straight. And then all the speed will be set. So it's set on full speed ahead, but the different engines do their different speeds. Now then, since this worked so well, let's do the other one as well then. Let's see, I have totally forgotten again, but I think it's like this, and it's like, whoop, nope, wrong way, that way, and I'm going to send the eastbound train, freight train first, because I know it's going to take forever. Now, if I move this one away, it will stop the passenger train, and then the passenger train will catch up the freight train and possibly hook up with the freight train. And that meaning that as soon as they get to a point where they should separate, it will go totally wrong. So that's why I'm starting the freight trains so it isn't in the way, so to speak. Later, I hope that the freight train is somewhere in the loop or something when the passenger train comes. So it will be out of the way, so to speak. Let's see that passenger train go. Now the other train, the Lemon train, which is RTR fans, the Lemon SD40, that's okay because it's giving way for the passenger train, so it really doesn't matter. But we will start that because it's quicker, most likely quicker than the other. Now, soon as he got up to speed, good. Now we can go that one again. And the eastbound train. Oh, sorry, westbound train, wrong way. And there it went. Now it goes out here. You haven't seen this, so I might as well show you. It goes this way first. That's why it's a loop. And it comes from this angle. So it comes in the inner circle. And of course the inner circle goes quicker than the outer circle. Right, now I have to stay and wait for the trains to come again. Oh dear, I have nothing else to do, so I have to read a book. Okay, the Lemon train is a bit slower than the other one. That means that we have at least one cargo carriage too much. Let's see, so it goes inside. Now that switch is put where it should be. There should not be a change on that one. Just making sure that we are having all these. Good. But it worked. It worked perfectly fine, except for the fact that this one takes a little bit longer than this one. There is things to learn about that. Let's remove that one and save. Right, test number 6 is now completed. Now, there's no need to do more tests as such. I just make sure that the switches are on, off, that the train is moving back and forth. Now, I'm not going to stop the trains when the diorama is running, because all the trains are going to run. But the things that you, if you download this one, need to know is that the NY02 power, it's down here somewhere. Well, we can't see it, but it is somewhere here. I am totally confident that it is somewhere over there somewhere. We need to do this. There it is. That one, together with the SF01 power down here, together with the F West, that is Freight Train West, and the F East, the Freight Train East. Those 4 power switches are going to be the only thing on this entire control table. There's not going to be anything else. The rest is automatic, should be, at least it is now, since it's all working. And that means that is all running. But if you want to do some own trains, let's say that you want to do the TGV because someone likes them a lot, then you need to start somewhere. And in order to do that, you have to put these to 0, those 4 that I mentioned, so that you can start from switch. And then you just drive them away. And I'm doing the right lane traffic. That is, in any meeting we are doing the right lane, so the inner track is going this way and the outer track is going that way. Right lane traffic. I've tried to do that. There is one place where it really doesn't happen, and it's over here at Pennsylvania. I had to make a sort of switch, so I'm putting the right lane traffic going over and then going to the left of everything, in order to get it in here and get back and then back to right lane traffic. So there is 3 tracks going here. 1 is right and 2 is left. But don't bother, it's the freight train that goes up there. So with this, I will say that it's time to just continue to build. I will start building this middle. This middle should be raised so that you can't see from New Jersey to California, and so on and so forth. So everything in here will be covered, which makes it a bit harder to change trains, of course, but you know how to do it. You just make it the transference and transparency. So yeah, and then you can do it. So yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. So yeah, you will probably do that, and then I will also put a lot of stuff on the tracks that are empty. It doesn't look good to have empty tracks, so there's going to be a lot of rolling stock there. There are some more. I have this green area that I really don't know what to do with. Can't do yet another vineyard, can I? Well, perhaps I can. Well, we'll see about that. It's just copying, so it's not like it's some work. And then we'll see. And thank you again for all the good panels that you have given me, RTR fan. And I think it's Neil who has made the normal ones, so to speak, the ones that is in between states. This one. They are very lovely, and you can also put them behind this city stuff, making it look like there's a depth somehow, and I like that. Right, that was the RTR update for this week. I'm not totally sure if I'll be back next week. I haven't scheduled anything. I'm just doing stuff. That's more or less what I do. So thank you for watching, and welcome back for the next time. Bye for now.